Well, my name's Keith Larson. I'm the General Manager at Teton Valley Resort in Victor, Idaho. Yeah, Teton Valley Resort is it's a up-and-coming resort in Victor, Idaho that was an old KOA since 1972. It was purchased back in 2016 by the current owner, and since that day it's been being overhauled continually into a high-end mountain resort in Victor, Idaho. It's close to Jackson, Wyoming, close to Grand Teton National Park, close to the southern entrance and the western entrance of Yellowstone. There's tons of hiking and biking and fishing and rafting close by. It's basically just a perfect hub for local adventure in Yellowstone and Grand Teton. Our previous contractor, Gil Shirley Construction in Rexburg, great guy, he introduced us to Rustic Lumber. We started using him from day one back in 2017. The product arrived on site, and I have a construction background, and I could tell right away it was a superior product. The cedar and the custom staining and the different kinds of trim that would show up. So Gil Shirley Construction introduced us to him, and we've been using him ever since, just because the product, it matches perfectly the flavor that we wanted to present to the visitors. Kind of a high-end, durable product with kind of a Rocky Mountain West feel, not your run-of-the-mill siding. When we talked to Spencer down there, we'd tell him we want a variety, we want some of this type of color and this type of trim. He basically make it however we wanted. But we gave some license to Spencer to throw some different colors at us, and we've loved it all. It's added variety to the park. For example, a lot of this is brown and cedar and gray, but he threw some reds and some blue, a bit of green, and it's all been, I mean, we get a lot of comments about the variety of the color of some of our cabins, and they all match the general aura we're trying to present. But whenever we have a question for Spencer, he'll make what we want, and that's part of the reason we continue to work with him. The great thing about Rustic Lumber is their product is all custom. It's not the mass-produced stuff you're going to find at every other lumber supplier. It shows up and it's unique, it's made custom to order, and the quality shows. I was born in Driggs, Idaho, and was mostly raised on the other side of the state in Boise. But the day after I graduated high school, I moved to Alaska, and I bounced around the state of Alaska for, almost 20 years. When I'm not here at the resort, and I'm not building our own personal cabin, I actually do dog mushing. I brought my dog team down from Alaska. In the course of my life, I lived over Norway, Iceland, and Greenland for years and years, and I brought back these big huskies from the villages of Greenland. And there were none in the U.S. at all, so I brought some back and I started a Greenlandic dog sled kennel. I've helped out with the race and done some smaller racing, but my dogs are more like what you'd call an expedition dog. It would be like a Hummer parked next to a Lamborghini. You know, racing dogs, Lamborghini. Greenlandic Husky is the Hummer, the Humvee. So mine are more freight, endurance, expedition style dogs, kind of like a draft breed. Huge, really, for a sled dog. So I do a lot of winter camping, backpacking with them in the summer. For a living, I ran dog sled tours in Norway, Iceland, Greenland, Alaska, over in Jackson, Wyoming, some down in Utah, some here in Idaho. So for about a decade, that was my living, was dog sled guiding, day trips to week-long trips. That's whether I like it or not, that's my passion.